Hello YouTube, this is Jake from SurvivalGeek. Thought tonight I would do a few nighttime reviews. What we have here for our first review is a Fiskars 21-inch bow saw. It's a Fiskars 21-inch bow saw. It's got a high carbon steel blade. It's heat treated. About the blades here, you can see that the blade, you probably can't really see it too much in the light, but the tip of the blade is blue going across. That means it's been fire hardened. It's been hardened, so you can't really go back and sharpen it, unfortunately. It's not one of those types of blades. I guess you could sharpen it under, if you had the right tools for certain things, but it's not really meant to be sharpened. It's meant to be used, and once you can't use it anymore, you chunk it and get another blade. They're pretty cheap. It's, I believe they're like 10 or 15 bucks, but they perform quite well. As you can see, this one has teeth. So it has 4 teeth and then a rake, and then 4 more teeth, then a rake, and 4 more teeth and a rake. The rakes are meant for processing live wood. As you're processing your cutting back and forth, the rake removes the pulp inside the cut, so that way you can continue cutting along the way without getting binded up by the pulp inside. If you have another saw, for instance, this is a pull saw by Fiskars. You notice how this one doesn't have any teeth at all. This is more meant for dry wood. You can use it on wet wood. Again, it performs better on dry wood. You don't have to worry about the wet pulp on the inside, and everything else just falls out like sawdust. So we'll get to that one here momentarily. But right now, this review is for the Fiskars 21-inch bow saw. I can pull on the end here, and then this loosens up, so I can take off this piece here, and then the blade pops out. So I'm not going to take it all apart because I'm fixing to use it. There's another bolt down here at the end. I think the only modification I did to mine when I got it, and this is the same with most bow saws, at the very end down here, I added a screw, a washer, another washer on the other side, and a nut, a bolt in the nut, or say, tighten it up really tight, so that way what was down here, I forget what it was, like a rivet or something, it really wouldn't stand up and last that long. So expect to do that on a bow saw. This is you can get the same equipment at Home Depot when you're buying your saw. It's not a big purchase. So I think I paid like $1, 50 cents to $1 just for the small little bit of hardware I picked out for it. Tighten it up super tight on the end, and it's firm. It's very firm. So we're gonna test it out real quick. Can't see my face anymore. I'm gonna use this big piece here. I'll cut from the other end. I got a plastic table underneath, and I've got a green towel here. So not really too sturdy to set up, but it is a really good saw. So I'm gonna put my knee here to kind of brace the logs I'm cutting. And I'm going to just let the saw do the work. As you're cutting, you're pulling back and forth, you're letting it do the work. You can apply a little bit of pressure towards the cut. But as you're cutting, you can also change the angle of the saw. You go down now, and it may be a bit easier for you. And when you get to a certain bit, now you may want to angle it back the other direction. I've always found that to be a bit easier. Now, if you're holding this and pulling upward on it, you can start binding the saw with this. So whatever it's on top of, another piece of wood, I could have built a tripod on the ground with a tripod lashing, put the other end of the wood on the tripod lashing, hold this piece up off the ground, and use it as like a mini sawhorse, or 2 tripods having 2 different sawhorses. So while it's there, I'm going to slowly apply a little bit of pressure towards my thigh where it's resting on, so I'm not binding the saw blade. And there we go. Super clean cut, right on through. This is live wood. You can tell by the green on the outside as well. storm a month ago, knocked down a bunch of trees a month or two ago. So that is the Fiskars. It's still sharp, and it's not broken down. Clean your blade off with alcohol, like 91% or 70%, 90% propyl. Keep it oiled. A good way to protect the blade is to take a garden hose, measure the length out from end to end, cut a slit down the garden hose, a straight slit, push the garden hose over the end of this, and then you can take some like paracord and wrap it around, like part here, and part here, or you can get a Velcro strap and do the same thing, but the hose end will protect the blade from any type of rust or stuff. Make sure it's oiled as well. It'll protect it from getting smacked along anything. I'll show you what I mean by that with this here. This is the Cold Steel Trail Boss axe, and I've done the same thing. I'm just temporarily using rubber bands right now, but I position my bands to where they're in the center back here, and then I spread the bands out along the edges and in the middle, so it's actually holding this on, and I can store it like this if I want to after oiling the blade. And I would use something, I wouldn't use WD-40, I would use something with like a silicone based lubricant. Repels water a lot better. And you know, sharpen it, oil it. You can do this as a makeshift just to store it with. Works very well on the actual saw blades. So I'll put this aside. And yes, the Trail Boss is an awesome axe. It's got a genuine hickory handle. They run about somewhere between $25 and $35 on Amazon. Cold Steel Trail Boss. They're made in Taiwan. So, thanks for sticking around for the review, and we'll go on to the next review. See you in a bit.